co-host here, Mr. Jason Clark. How you doing, JC?
Micheal, I'm glad to be in the place, man. Right?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We actually been doing a lot the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you.
Woo,
But
woo.
you know, we just I wasn't even here. You wasn't here to even tell all the additional mothers we have out there having Mother's Day. You know, and so it's like I said, it's been a lot going on. So.
There's a lot been going on. I miss y'all.
Right.
Man, they've been working me like a packed mule. Can you believe it? Handy, they didn't got their dollars worth, man. I missed all y'all.
Over here, over there.
Man, let me just start the show off like we always do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Revive Mississippi. As we begin every show, we always say, please remember those folks who are going through bereavement. Bereavement is a trying situation. And when I tell you my heart broke Sunday, when I heard about the Welch family, mother, 2 daughters, triple homicide, son, Arizona get caught, dead. Now you got to have a funeral for all 4. When I say my heart broke, now, as you know, Crystal has just been cool for years. She has just been a jewel. Still is a jewel. But her whole family.
Oh, yeah.
Senator Norwood's wife passed away. So when I got back here Sunday, I just couldn't take it no more. I could not process Sunday and Monday. I was done. I just had to sit to myself. I couldn't think straight, couldn't get my mind right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you this. Take care of folks who are going to bereavement. Because you're going, like we say every week, you're gonna need a friend. And even those folks who are not in the family are affected. It's trauma. And you need to have some healing spaces that you can participate in. Or you gonna carry the trauma on, and it may affect you in other ways in your personal health, in your relationship with those around you. When I say Sunday and Monday, I just couldn't get it together. I was hurt. You know, just hurt at all the other tragedies that are going on. I was just hurt. So, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to folks. Be a friend so you can have a friend during your time of need. Because your time is coming. But for many folks under the sound of my voice, your time is now. Life is heavy. Without death, without trauma, life is heavy right now. So lighten up on each other. Love each other. For real.
Yeah, love each other a little hard. You know, on each other a little hard.
Yeah. A little compassion in it.
Well, you know, you always say you cherish people. That's what you always tell them.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta cherish people. You do that by your actions.
The best way to honor those who are transitioning going on is for you to live your life and serve the Lord and be a blessing to others. Like I say, y'all, especially the Norwood family, the Welch family, and I got in trouble this week for naming names, but I just want to highlight those 2, amongst many more. Because every weekend you drive by the funeral home and you see, you know, every Friday night, you see cars lined up. Every Saturday, you see the processionals going down the highway. And it make your heart hurt. And if your heart don't hurt, you ain't human. So take care, folks. Our underwriters for today's show, Mr. Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan Transportation Service. You can go to www.mgstransportation1.com for your transportation needs. Also, if you want some good food versus fast food, go on over to Stamp SuperBurgers and get you some good food versus fast food. It ain't fast.
No.
Because it's cooked with joy. Love.
I call it quality food.
Quality food.
That's right.
So we gotta stop trying to get stuff fast. And get quality.
Well, can I say this? I probably say this on the air, but you know, when I go over to Stamp Burger, you know, it's not that it's like my cells get nourished. Because some places I go to, you know, every now and then I'm not supposed to.
That's right.
I eat for 2 hours and I'm hungry again.
That's right.
I'm just being honest.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
You know, it's just like having good quality food, and I just love about that. They stay in their staple in the Tiger Town over there off Dalton Street, whatnot.
Mhm.
So, and that's a whole testament within itself.
That's right.
Be serious with that. So, hey, you guys, you know, you look for some quality food, whatnot, though. Go over there and have that good old veggie burger of my favorite with some sweet potato fries.
Well, you know, I like that. I like those other burgers. I like that regular burger. You know, with those lemon pepper fries.
Yeah, I know. They ain't beefing in there. I don't want to talk about that. Right?
It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a little testimony before we start the show off. And it's near and dear to my heart, partially to the reason why y'all ain't seen me in the last 2 weeks. First and foremost, you know, I'm on a track right now to get back everything the devil stole from me, or I gave to him.
There you go.
Anyway.
Sometimes I got you. I understand what you're saying.
And this is gonna be a quick testimony, but I'm just gonna lay something out to you. When a man focuses, I'm gonna talk specifically to the men. Ladies, y'all listen, but specifically to the men and the fathers. Now I count both my sisters as my children. They were my first motivation to be somebody. Right?
Yes, sir.
I became a big brother when I was 6 years old. And again when I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me a sense of purpose. Because my mama told me, she said, you gotta be somebody. You got a little sister now.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do something with yourself. And that was all she had to say.
Nothing that is wrong. You need those instructions.
I mean, my little sister, I gave her her first whooping. Because I had to be something, I had to make it happen. You know? I taught them how to read and write. Right? My baby sister, I cried when she got her first whooping. But those are my babies. Because we got an age difference there. You know, it wasn't like they were a year behind.
No.
You know? And when I say they are amazing people, I mean, they are amazing parents. So those were my first two motivations. Mm. And then when I had children, it kicked it up another notch. Mm. Right? Mm-hmm. So now I got my children now. Some older than others. And, you know, my oldest daughter, she told me she wanted to go to the Air Force. Mm. You remember that? You were there.
Yeah, I remember. Great branch, by the way.
Yeah, it was your branch. Yeah, you a little biased in the pursuit. But I told her, I said, baby, if you do this, I never pushed my children to the military. But if you chose to do it, you're going to be excellent. You're going to do it well. And my oldest daughter, I showed her a program called the Nurse Enlisted Commissioning Program. And for the past several years, she has been working in her dorm room, on the road, on air flights, taking classes, independent study, to meet all the prerequisites for the program I showed her when she decided to sign up. And it's a very prestigious program. It's called a Nurse Enlisted Commissioning Program. And she was one of the very few members of the whole military who was accepted to the program. And the program is simply as this. You can stay in the military, keep your full-time pay, and your whole job is to go to school and get your nursing degree. And once you get your nursing degree, you'll be commissioned as an officer in the military. Because I told her, I said, you know, I was a ground guy. You know, my grandfather was a ground guy. My other grandfather, my great grandfather. Somebody need to go be an officer. Right? You're right. So she got accepted to the program, which I was overjoyed. Then she said, Daddy, I got to get it accepted by nursing school. The deadline is May the 14th. I said, baby, we don't have a few weeks to get this done. So she said, I applied to several schools and didn't get the response I wanted. I've been talking to folks back and forth. I said, well, dang it, I'm getting on the highway. I called Jason, clear the schedule. I'm going to Austin. So last Sunday, I drove to Austin, Texas. Straight to Austin, Texas. And that Monday morning, I went to the president's office. I explain my situation, what I'm trying to do. His office sends me over to the military affairs office. I explained the situation. They told me it might not be probable to get it done. I said, well, okay. When I moved their office, I went to the nursing school. They said, well, I don't know if we can get this done in time before the deadline. I said, well, we're going back to the principal's office. I said, I need to talk to somebody in authority. So they sent me over to the director of admissions. Buck stopped at his office. So I talked to him a little bit. He enjoyed what I was saying. He was like, let's go to lunch. So we went to lunch further because I had to illuminate my baby's name from the name on a piece of paper to a real person that represents a real community. Not just a name on a piece of paper, on a list. And so I felt good about that. I called her and I said, well, baby, they didn't give me a letter, but they said they're gonna work on it. And she says, well, we in turn applied for the University of South Alabama in Mobile. I said, you know what? I turn around. I said, hey, I was headed back to Jackson. I turned around in Austin, Texas, and headed to Mobile. Got to Mobile late that night. That next morning, I was at the president's desk. And I talked to those folks. They sent me over to the nursing school.
Same SOP. Come on.
I told them my situation, explained to them how important this is and how valuable the child is. I got a mind and what this means to her. And so they in turn told me, okay, Mr. Stamps, we'll work on it. I said, great. Felt good about that conversation like I did the first one, but Southern Alabama was warmer. The reception was warm. The people seemed to be more amenable. Nice. You know, right. Down home Southern Bells. I mean, the lady even gave her some housing recommendations. She said, well, she's looking for a church home. Hey. She can come to my church.
Wraparound service. You're right. That's what we
hold on. That made me feel a little bit better. And so, still didn't get my letter I needed for the admission. My youngest daughter is an enterprise. She had a track awards program. I wasn't originally going to go, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm 3 hours away. Take off over there, do the program. And I got ready to leave, and I was like, I ain't been to work 2 days. And I was supposed to be in Gulfport, so I took off from Enterprise Tuesday night, went to Gulfport. I was at Mississippi Powers events Wednesday and Thursday. Friday morning, well, Thursday night, I came back to Jackson. Friday morning, I went to the airport because my middle sister, her daughter, was graduating Howard University, magna cum laude. Remember, I treat my sisters and their children like my children. You're right. Like any big brother should. So you hear me, man? All right? Just saying. So then I take off, get to the airport, fly to DC, meet up with them, have dinner, get in my hotel. Next morning, watch my niece. Victoria is my oldest niece. She graduated high school at 16. Now she's graduating college 2 years later. Magna cum laude. From Howard. That's a beautiful thing. Okay.
Legacy, all right. Come on.
I'm telling you how good God been to my life in the last couple weeks. And this is a culmination of a lifetime's work for him. But I want to express to men that I'm not done yet with the testimony. And some of those things, one of them is we've been working on declaring Mississippi the home and birthplace of Southern soul for almost a decade. That's very true statement. Because it's time for us to own what we create. We lost ownership of the blues, country music. I don't know who owned gospel. We got Mississippi Mass Choir, but I don't know if the true ownership is in Mississippi's hands.
Yeah, no, ownership is not.
The ownership, not. The guiding of the course of the genre. And they gave us a call and they said, you know, we had got it done, and then we finally got approved to do the press conference and do those things. And you know, the culmination of a
that's a big deal. Those who can't see it. I mean, those who can't see it, but
the culmination of a life of a long time. You have been working on something a long time. I ain't talking about a flash in the pan. A long time.
That slow cook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Been working on something, toiling through something for a long time. So I just want to say my prayer that Sunday before I even got the phone call from my daughter to go to Austin, I had a breakdown moment. I said, God, I'm praying to focus on my faith, my children, and my mission. And what I just expressed to you, men and ladies who listen, is a culmination of focus on faith, your children, and why God put me here. I said all this to say, men, when a father focuses, nothing against our sisters, but there's a special and unique power to a father focusing. I mean, intensely focusing on your faith, your children, and your mission. And what I just showed you was the culmination of a little focus for a few days. And I just want to say thank the Lord. Because I got a daughter who has received her acceptance letter from University of South Alabama. So now she's awaiting her orders to be cut so she can fly back from Japan. Hey, that's why I was supposed to home. So what I'm saying to you, when a father focuses,
and she got a job still. I mean,
right,
I can keep going on.
Right,
There's many
right.
blessings you're not really saying, but it's there.
Happy birthday, Timothy Brown. He just posted, he's going to be 39 years old. He's going to be 39 years old tomorrow.
Yeah. Footprints all over.
That's right. But when a father focuses, ladies and gentlemen, nothing, I know Mother's Day just passed. I got it. We're going to talk about Mother's Day. But when a father focuses on your faith, your children, and your mission, you can move some serious mountains. And some of the mountains that need to be moved can only be moved by a father. So take a moment, men, to spend a day with the Lord. Don't answer the phone. You know, only take necessary phone calls, but spend a day with the Lord and align your faith. And spend that time thinking about how you can best support your children. And then focus on why God put you here. My mission, because we say man on a mission all the time. We define it at work, we define it at home, we define it in several spaces. And I just want to say, Lord, I thank you publicly. Because somewhere in an amazing book, they say, if you deny me, before who, Jason? Before who?
Before man.
Say it again.
Before man.
Then what happened?
Well, you already know, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, this is not a religious show. I'm not a preacher. I can only say my story.
Well, we telling your story, man. It's a message that we all need to hear. And sometimes we need to hear at special times, but when you're not saying it, you know, we let something else in our head. So I mean,
that's right.
I do, you know, I would say this for all the listeners: you gotta have somebody keep it grounded, bring it back to the center. You see what I'm saying? Focus on what we need to focus. And you're right. You know, men have a special place to do special things.
That's right. We got a special place to do special things, and I just want to make sure that we just took a moment to let me tell my testimony. Partially why I wasn't here. Because when it comes to my faith, my children, and my mission, as much as I love the radio, I had to step back. I had to step back. I had to step back from things I had going on to realign some things. And focus so that I can clearly see life. In words, Jason.
Well, no, Commissioner, you kind of laying on right there. Sometimes some things are said, I put a stop sign on it, and I let it marinate.
We got a couple of announcements. I know it's a little thick there, y'all. We got a couple of announcements here. Coming up There's a Climate Smart Ag Field Day Workshop, May the 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. down at Stamps Farms at 2190 Morrison Cemetery Road, Learning, Mississippi.
Go down 18.
39066. The topics that will be discussed and taught are USDA conservation programs, soil health, smart vegetable planting, weed control, fish and pond management, reducing fossil fuel usage, livestock breeding, grade control structure, farm fencing, livestock watering facilities, air property management,
Last one,
forage and hay production. Bring your lawn chairs. Refreshments will be served. For more information, contact Del Mustang.
Come on now.
Did I say Del Mustang?
Well, you can say that. I call Mr. Stamps, but I said, wow. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said my father, Del Mustang.
Give me in trouble.
601-940-3340. That's 601-940-3340. We're put together by USDA, FSA, Stamps Farms, Mississippi Center for Justice, Mississippi State University, Stat Tough, and Alcorn State University. Now, sometimes people who know things don't share things. This is a program that you can come and see, touch, feel, learn. My father, not to toot his own horn, but he spent 40 years at USDA.
Can I say that? I would say that. I know you like the man on the mission, but I just as you were saying that, I was like, well, I don't know, I gotta talk to Pops, because you might have took that man on the mission statement from him. He been on man on the mission for a long time.
Let me tell you something about my dad, man. Let me tell you something about my dad.
40 years.
I didn't have a normal childhood. You know, most young people, especially men, don't spend a lot of time with their father. Well, I spent an insane amount of time with my father. Because every day after school, we went to the farm. All day on Saturday at the farm. And we Baptists. So before church and after church, we was on the farm. So this is him giving back to people who gave him so much. So he grew up digging in the dirt. His next door neighbor and best friend went to college together, joined USDA, and learned the chemistry and agronomy of digging in the dirt. And have a wealth of knowledge. A wealth of practical knowledge and professional acumen combined. And all you have to do is show up.
It's free.
It's free. We're talking about a lifetime of doing one thing excellent.
Get a report, get a personal.
And you got a chance to learn.
You got to learn, follow up, and everything.
So, Climate Smart Ag Field Day Workshop, May 22nd, 2024, 9 a.m. Don't be late.
Yeah, you got to start on time like that.
Stamps Farms, 2190 Morrison Cemetery Road. So when you get to the address, that's the house. You're going to pull on down a little bit. So don't pull in my grandmama's yard. You're going to pull on down a little bit. You're going to see the signs and the flag and stuff. And you're going to turn into the farm. Y'all know how the address is to the house. The farm is a little bit down the road, right there on the left. But that's what it's actually. So I just want to let you know what's going on. Also, May the 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. there is a resident appreciation cookout. Come and join at Thomas Cardozo Middle School.
Come on.
Kelly.
Come on.
Robert Kelly.
That's what it is, man.
Robert Kelly is a contractor, one of the largest contractors that's in the state and in Alabama. He'll be right here in South Jackson at Cardozo Middle School and we're doing a resident appreciation cookout.
I just want to say that, you know, I'm pretty sure we always do cookouts and festivals, but I just never heard something just specifically to the residents.
The residents.
I just wanted to say this. I want to make sure everybody that's in that area,
Mm-hmm.
especially, I ain't trying to be biased, but my Willowwood and my Brookhaven and all that good stuff, make sure they come out there.
That's it. Brook Hollow.
Oh, yeah, Brook Hollow.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
You know, we had an amazing event yesterday.
Historical, if you ask me.
I'm going to pull this picture up, Jason.
Well, yes, sir.
Folks online, you can't see me, but y'all on radio land, I want to read something to you. As you know, we've been working on building the Southern Soul economy in Mississippi. And the legislature agreed on Southern Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they disagreed on a whole lot of things, but they passed unanimously in the Mississippi House of Representatives, unanimously in the Mississippi Senate, to declare Mississippi the home and birthplace of Southern Soul. That's significant for a few reasons. We lost control of the blues.
Yes, sir.
Country music was born right here in Mississippi.
Right. Yeah.
Nashville took it and has built $1 billion entity around it.
A lot of things.
Blues birthed all these other genres. R&B. R&B has made more millionaires than you can shake a stick at.
Seriously. All the juke joints, all the
Birthed out of the blues, which was birthed out of Mississippi. But the state realized that we need to control, own, declare that this is the home of this. So, and that was with the passage of House Concurrent Resolution 60, marking Mississippi as the home and birthplace of Southern Soul. I'm gonna read this resolution because there's some good folks on here. Now, some folks who's not on here who should be on here, and they will be soon. We'll work it out. So I know some folks' names went on it, but because I didn't want to put names on them first.
You know, probably gonna miss it. Right. It happens all the time.
But I felt we did the best we could. And they called us and said, "Hey, I need as many names as you can by the morning." So you get the calling and texting and calling and texting.
Well, you did mention, I don't say it so much, but you got two page resolutions.
Most times resolution one page.
So you did the best you could.
But we're gonna get the other names added because we've got more steps to it. It's not it. There was a major step, but it wasn't the last step.
The foundation always critical.
Right. I'm gonna read this resolution. This is whereas Mississippi stands unparalleled in its historical contribution to American music, having given rise to genres such as blues, gospel, jazz, country, and rock and roll, and being the cradle for legendary artists including Robert Johnson from Crystal Springs, B.B. King from Indianola, Jimmy Rogers from Meridian, Elvis Presley from Tupelo, and the globally celebrated Mississippi Mass Choir. Whereas among these musical treasures, Southern Soul music shines brightly, capturing the hearts of an ever-expanding audience each day. And whereas Mississippi, through iconic institutions such as Malaco Records, established in 1967, along with the numerous private studios, have nurtured a rich environment for Southern Soul music, bringing to the forefront talents like Bobby Rush, Dorothy Moore, Willie Clayton, Brady Champion, Castro, Mr. Silk Coleman, Big Allen, Arthur Young, Big Yayo, Miss Jody, Stephanie Lucky, Jay Wan, Big Mel, Young Guy, and Nellie Tiger Travis. This fertile musical landscape has also been home to Lamorris Williams, O.B. Buchanan, Theodis Early, Dave Mack, Trey the Joker, Mr. Rogers, Jay Hammer, and Isaac Lindsay, further enriched by Vicky Baker, the J. Morris Group, David Brinson, King Fred, J.L. Smith, Andre Lee, Adrena, Coco, L.J. Echo, Miss Goldie, Lucille Brown, Moss Allison, James Carr, Jerry Butler, S.S.K. Wish, Miss Drea, Teaser Jones, J. Sine, O.B. Dwayne, D-Lo Brown, Myron Simpson, Ray Daniels, Jessica Ray, Reeves, Mr. Do Too Much, Brother Hubbard, Prince Queen, Lady Red Top, Maserati Red, Jake Carter, Bree Wooten, J.L. Thompson, Jennifer Watts, Narvell Eccles, Country Boy Kev, Tony T, Earl Jackson, Carolyn Staten, Music Doll, John Haley, Dia Grover, Melodic Princess, Too Smooth, Kanisha, Lil A601, Prep Cashmere, Alan Main, Denzel Dante, Composition, Soul City Sons, Old Emons, Kirby Smooth, Action of the 55 Boys, Girl Gold Gillis, Touchdown, Bridget Shield Hawthorne, Shanta Nicole, Nikita Randall, Emerson Hill, Walt Jeezy, Oren Witherspoon, Mr. Fredlow, Alex Williams, Lil Sleepy, J1 Hitmaker, Chad Jones, D. Sanders, Mississippi Hummingbird, Lady Jade, Latrell, Milkman Knight, T. Nelson, Preacher Son, Ms. Dez, Big D, The Country Couple, Daddy Dave, Lady D, Lanika Harris, Kuda B, James Reed, Brother Hubbard, Jerisa McBride, Denarius Martin Sr., Latricia Martin, Eddie Simmons, Mr. Red Boy, Love Notes, Dr. D, Terrell Brinson, Eddie Cotton, Malcolm Shepard, and Sweet Pea, not forgetting the enduring legacies of the late Johnny Taylor, Mel Waiters, Jay Blackfoot, Denise LaSalle, Dr. Feelgood Potts, Katrina Jefferson. Had to stop right there.
I know.
Had to stop right there. Huh? Katrina Jefferson? That thing? What? Let me keep going. Marvin Cease, Billy Soul Bonds, and Tyrone Davis. Each artist, in their unique way, has passionately contributed their voice to the Southern Soul genre, showcasing their talents and sharing their musical gifts with every performance and platform offered to them. And whereas these jockeys have been instrumental in the vitality of Southern Soul music, serving as key figures in its circulation amongst listeners, notably individuals such as Uncle Bobo, Jerry Boogie Mason, Charles Ragman Johnson, James Handyman Price. Let me say that again. James Handyman Price, Jimmy Jam, Stan Branson, Lady V, Rob J, Alice Marie, DJ Finesse, DJ Kool-Aid, DJ Strap Dirty, DJ 901, DJ Unpredictable 601, DJ Asiatic Black, DJ Mob, DJ Outlaw, DJ Queen B, Brother Love, John the legendary J. Faulkner, David Doc Shanks, Mr. T, the Beataholic DJ 783, DJ Big B, Cousin Chief, Mississippi King, the Southern Soul Jody, DJ Big O, 601, Big V, Cousin Chief, Mississippi King, DJ Black.
Come on, man.
You know DJ Black?
Do I?
DJ Black, DJ Flavor, Randy, Man Brown, suck it to you, baby. Lady Cherie, Annie, Little Miss Soul Fairly, Felicia, DJ Pinky 3 Turner, Jatara, Miss DJ Smith, Tyrone, the Don Davis, Melody, Lady DJ Hudson, DJ Taylor Made, and DJ C, along with radio personalities Tamara Cherie, the Mailman, Christiana, and Shelby, have significantly contributed to the genre's growth and reach, showcasing Southern Soul music across various platforms and venues, thereby enriching the musical landscape and ensuring the genre's vibrant presence in the hearts of listeners. And whereas Mississippi has been at the forefront of promoting Southern Soul through pioneering radio stations such as WRTM 100.5, WMPR 90.1, WGNL 104.3, Blues 93.1, and many more stations contribute to the recognition. Thanks to program directors like Kwazi Kwa, who assures Southern Soul is heard each day, Mississippi has also produced the prestigious Jackson Music Awards for the past 50 years, celebrating the achievements of Southern Soul artists locally, statewide, and internationally. Whereas the advancement of Southern Soul culture has significantly benefited from the efforts of dedicated promoters, among them Mr. Lee King of Lee King Entertainment and Mr. Jesse Thompson, who not only initiated the Jackson Music Awards, but also with their 95 years of combined experience, have played a critical role in supporting Southern Soul artists. Furthermore, promoters such as Yolanda Singleton with Experience Jackson, Danny Boy Entertainment Lewis, and many more have made substantial contributions to endorsing Southern Soul music at the local, regional, national, international levels. Whereas key organizations and companies, including the Southern Soul Foundation, Southern Soul Media Group, and the Southern Soul Music Society, have played vital roles in supporting artists and facilitating the dissemination of Southern Soul music to a broader public. Whereas Mississippi is home of the second oldest festival in Mississippi, the oldest Southern Soul festival in the world, the Ferry Street Heritage Festival, holding that record for 39 years to date. Whereas the Ferry Street Heritage Festival features several stages of live entertainment, presenting local, regional, and national artists and performers, as well as providing an extravaganza for the entire family, offering a diverse array of cultural programming in Mississippi and exposing festival participants to artists that cannot be frequently seen. Let me say it again. Give them a platform so they can grow. Yeah. That's why 90.1 is important. Sure. Whereas Mississippi has produced an endless list of Southern Soul artists who have not only created but also transformed the musical genre into what it has become, and provides irrefutable credence to the capital city's motto, branding and marketing itself as the city with soul. Whereas it is appropriately fitting to champion the promotional efforts of its cities and towns to highlight the best of their offerings in the form of resources, history, attractions, education, and entertainment, just as the city of Jackson has in establishing itself as the crown jewel musically in relation to birthing the Southern Soul music genre. Now, we started this journey several years ago, and we finally got it passed at the city level in 2019, when there was a young councilman named Councilman Stamps at the time. And I tried to do this at the state level, because even though a city does it, it's great. But when a state, when the legislature, the governing body of the state passes something with the nod of the governor, that has even greater weight and value. More doors. It opens more doors. Yes, sir. And so this whole journey has been a while. Thank everybody who participated. If we didn't get your name on it, it's not it. There you go. All right. You're right. Because remember, this was not about people. This was not about one individual. Oh, no, you clearly made that. This was about us owning what we create. Because every other music genre that we created has either been taken or taken and adulterated and become something we don't even recognize. And when you speak on that adulterated, I mean, you harped on it a little bit yesterday, but you're saying something that's like a baby. You want to make sure you mold it the right way. You want to lead it out the right way. And when people come and adulterate you, that's not a good feeling. That's right. Yeah. And so when I looked at this audience here of folks who were there, folks who were virtual, couldn't make it, folks who were in the doctor's office, who had schedule conflicts. See, we have to move in moments. And sometimes the speed it takes for us to move to take advantage of the opportunity doesn't give us the time to check all the boxes, cross all the T's, and dot all the I's. I want to say special appreciation to our legislators who made this happen, specifically Representative Fred Shanks. Now, Representative Shanks is on the right side of this picture in the front there. He's the Rules Committee chairman. And he's the one that delivers the rules. And he's one that carried the water at the floor. You know, everybody know when a bill gets to the floor, somebody has to be the one to make it happen. To stand there, debate the issue, answer questions, justify what you're trying to do.
What's needed for it now?
All right, you got to have a champion,
You're right.
that understands what they're championing
Mm-hmm.
and the importance of it.
Authentic. I understand, Commissioner.
And then who can go across the chamber to in turn, hold on, caller, 1 second, to go across the chamber to the Senate and usher it through the Senate where it was passed unanimously on the House side and unanimous on the Senate side. And the Lieutenant Governor was officiating the Senate, and we needed an important signature from him for it to go on to the next level. He stopped officiating the Senate to walk over to do this for Southern Soul. So I just want to say I appreciate the listening audience. I appreciate the legislature for doing this. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your question and comment?
My comment, brother, is first of all, thank you for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
And Brother Stamps, what you said, brother, earlier at the beginning of the show was powerful, very powerful, brother. And it wasn't just what you said; it was your passion that you said, which drove the meaning home. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And no, brother, like you said, no, you're not a preacher, and that's not what you claim to be. But you are a father, you are a brother, you are a son, you are a man. And I'm not trying to be no race, but I am who I am. You are a black man.
That's right.
And it was powerful, brother, with the which in which you said it, the way you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm right at 70 years old, and now we used to speak that way back in those days.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
But it's powerful to hear a young man such as yourself say that like that, and it's a shame that more black men ain't listening, even though they heard what you said.
That's right.
Even the passion of what you said.
I was wondering what anybody gonna call in? I done sat here and laid my heart out up in here. Ain't nobody gonna say that.
Come on, brother. Come on now.
I thought to reach through this daggone speaker and smack somebody.
Like I said, brother, I've always admired you because I've been listening to you for a while. Even when you were running for office, I voted for you. Let me just get that up front. I had to, but I wanted to.
I appreciate it.
Where you came over to Vicksburg, for Brother Mayfield's celebration, and just the way you carry yourself, brother. If more young brothers would just take a minute to pay attention and look, maybe, just maybe, by the grace of Almighty God, because we understand that He has all power, we can get a handle on this thing, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to take up any more of your time, brother, but I just had to call and say that and give that to you like that, because not that you are looking for any accolades or anything like that, but you deserve that. You deserve that. So stand on.
I appreciate
Don't
it.
stop for what you're doing, brother. And it was all very awesome, the way that you went over and you took initiative for your baby. I've done the same thing.
That's it. That's it.
So, but see, that's the way, but to reiterate, that's the way it used to be done back in 98.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah. So, brother, y'all continue to, I'm going to go on, get in my truck now and listen to the rest of the show. but that was awesome. And y'all keep up the good work and Godspeed.
I appreciate it.
Same to you.
Let me tell y'all, me and something else. When daddy shows up to school,
Oh, yeah, sure.
okay,
Hey, is it?
and I wasn't loud, I wasn't forceful, but they knew that I wasn't playing. And I was going to sit here in the president's office until somebody of authority come address this issue. That's how we got to be.
Actions, man. Going back to the word actions. You follow
All right.
words and the action.
Men And like I said, women, I love y'all to death. I appreciate your contribution. I'm the product of some amazing women.
Likewise.
Right? Amazing. I mean, my mama ain't she's something serious. She don't play by me. None of the other women who have put into my life play by me. But I want to say to the men, sometimes you gotta stop the presses and let everybody in your child's life know you are serious. I'm not playing about these children. The children will respond differently when they know you ain't playing about them. They will respond totally different when they know you don't play about them. If every man today took a moment to let your children know you ain't playing about them, so many of these young girls won't be out here looking for love in the wrong place. All right? So take a moment to just do a little self-analysis. Right? A little self-analysis to say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? You know?
Okay, Commissioner, before we, I know we got time for the oh man, that's Mr. Larry Rankin, one of my old carriers. He wanted the information again for down the form. I'll say, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna send it to him, but I want to make a comment again though about this ecosystem, about this economy that you guys have done great work by laying the foundation properly down, and what that means. We didn't spend too much time on it, but a lot of tourism comes to the state of Mississippi.
Let me break that down a little bit. Let me break that down a little bit. It's not just about singing and dancing. We have the best people in the world. Listen to this radio station. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your question or comment?
Commissioner,
hey.
First of all, I want to say you're like a member of my family. My mother absolutely loves you.
I love her to pieces back.
And the second thing I wanted to say, I think one thing that we're missing is I went to Dillard school, and they used to always tell us if you have to choose one, your daughter or your son, you always choose your son that's in college. And at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, they had like 20 Black females in the class, and they had 2 Black males. And of those 2 Black males, one was African born. So, I mean, we got to concentrate. Your daughters have done beautiful. And I knew they were going to do beautifully. You're the father, and nice family, nice people, but we've really got to focus on the Black male. And at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, they have a Black male day because there's just, actually, it was an Nigerian student who started it. He said that there are no Black males here. And if you can think about it, look at what a female can do. And if you look at my own family, what my brother has done, I could have never done. And so, with my children, with my son and my daughter, I see a difference. Her interest is different. So even though her career is great, but he's the one that's going to be the one that's going to do what you're doing. So we got to get our males in law school. We've got to get them at Jackson State. We've got to get them at Superburgers. We got to get them in the military. The third thing I wanted to mention, yesterday I went to the Gibbs Green anniversary at Jackson State University, and Miss Angela Stewart did a fabulous job with Dr. Luckett. Miss Gibbs, oh my gosh, her presentation was touching. About how her father was, her brother was, her husband was murdered. And his daughter was there, absolutely beautiful children. And we need to remember what happened 50 years ago with Jack. Not 50, I think it was 45 years ago. No, I was 9 years old.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So we need to remember what happened at Jackson State. Now, remember, you said everything over there should be centered around Jackson State. You told me that previously.
That's right.
So, the 3 things I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, dear. And tell your mother I said hello and I love her.
Always.
Okay.
All right, then. I just want to make sure that we, as a round of any part words,
I'm telling you, mention that the economy. You got.
All right, so it's about growing our economy and defining this economy for ourselves so that we can produce it. What would the blues be without Howlin' Wolf, or Muddy Waters, or B.B. King? What would it be? Those Mississippi folks, right? Muddy Waters went up to Chess Records and took that soul of Mississippi, then brought the owner of Chess Records back down to Mississippi to the Chitlin Circuit, and he took that, packaged it up. All those artists came back up through there, and now Mississippi don't necessarily have an economy.
And the economy is hotels. People got to stay.
Right.
I'm telling you, they got to go to the restaurant.
All that.
I'm just. I mean, when you think about that,
you go to Nashville, they done built a whole metropolis up there. Okay, off of country music. So what I'm saying is,
that's a bitch. Lay it out, bro.
We have an economy here that we created, grew, nurtured, and other people eat. I want Mississippi to eat. And nothing against it for the state, because what's happening next is I'm working with legislators across the country.
There you go.
To recognize so in their state.
There you go.
Hats off to Senator Angela Williams Graves in Virginia,
Come on.
who's doing her state.
That's why I said tell a story.
Commissioner Angela Benjamin in Alabama. State senator in North Carolina. We got legislators across the South who said, hold on, this is a good thing. So other states that may be listening who feel some kind of way, don't worry, we're going to come to a capital near you. Because I pledge you this. Before the end of this year, we're going to be at the White House with Southern Soul artists from all over the country. There you go. Recognizing Southern Soul.
You got to paint the picture out there.
I want to catch the vision.
Well, I wanted you to do that because, people started to visualize it with you.
That's right.
Okay, and then they start focusing their energy on with it. So, you start to materialize that thing. And
That's
for
right.
some reason, it's manifest right in the present.
It already happened.
There you go.
We just got to walk the steps.
Already.
We got to walk it out. We just got to walk it out, stay the course. Because almost a decade ago when I told you we're going to do this, it took 10 years.
Right.
So yesterday was a full circle moment for me. I was a little bit loose-lipped. I said a little more than I normally say.
Yes, sir.
But now it's the job of the artists, the DJs, to protect it.
And they will. They
Protect
definitely
it. Because that's how you end up with without protection, structure, discipline, fidelity. It's a whole lot different between a Maserati red and a sexy red.
Night and day.
Nothing against that, sister.
Nothing against it.
But my point is, we have to protect what we create and protect our artists and our genre and what we create. Look at all these other music genres we've created. Other people have adulterated.
That's true.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all one last story before we got here, because here the judge is chomping at the bit.
See, Judge.
Y'all remember two businesses down in New Orleans. One of them named No Limit Records.
Come on.
Right? Now, No Limit Records and was never competing with Cash Money.
Never.
Now, these brothers built two multi-billion-dollar businesses, a little over a mile apart. Let me say it again. No Limit Records with Master P and Cash Money
Come on now.
built $2 billion businesses a mile apart. And they never competed with each other. Right?
Not to this day.
Never competed. You never seen Birdman and Master P fussing?
I ain't never seen the verses. You're right.
Right?
You're right.
See, that's what adulterators do. They turn us against each other. No, because this brother said, the pie is the word.
Population partnership.
The pie ain't New Orleans.
Come on.
The pie is the word. That's a big old word. So all I'm saying to all the Southern Soul artists out there, the pie is the word.
They got chip brands, cereal brands. Let me.
The pie is the word. And now we need to look at the pie in Southern Soul as the world. And now we're just going to grow the pie.
There you go.
You can take your slice and eat it with us. You can take your slice and go home. Or you can figure out how to make your pie by your daggone self and watch us eat pie. So you can eat pie or watch us eat pie. But it's up to you.
Up to you.
And all we did was something simple. They came to us and said, we need to save the radio station. I said, you know what? We need to line the money up. From the artist to the promoter to the radio station to the nightclub, we have lined up those entities right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Over at Embark, gonna be Southern Soul Tuesdays every Tuesday night from 5 to 7.
Come on.
To create a space so everybody from Louisiana to Alabama to Tennessee to New Orleans,
Come on. That's beautiful.
you can be there. You can be at Embark at 5 o'clock and be back home for the news call, for the 10 o'clock news. Come on.
Fellowship, man.
Fellowship.
That's all it
And
is.
if you get in one space and talk about making money and building a business, protecting, you can do that. Pardon words, Jason. We got here.
Well, hey, I just want to make sure everybody goes 5 to 7 on Tuesday. That's a good water hole.
That's a good thing. You gotta have. I know one good one I'm finna go to. It's time for some triple grits. I gotta love y'all, y'all. I love y'all to pieces. Now we gotta get out of here. But remember, Michael Jordan Transportation Service. Offers great quality transportation. Go to www.mjstransportation1.com for your transportation needs and get you some good food versus fast food. You can go down to Yummy for My Tummy, LLC. Go to Stamp SuperBurgers too. Get you some good food as well. I love y'all. And remember, never let anybody put you in a position where you don't love your own people.
Come on.
Now you gotta love your own people more than they hate themselves.
Come on.
That's a whole other sermon right there. It's a whole other sermon. You gotta love more than hate yourself. Woo! Because you won't get your butt beat. So I love to see what happens. I love y'all, Mississippi. Handyman, get us out of here.
Appreciate it, guys.